Hey guys, it's the Lunabrick here with another video review. I know it's been a while, but stuff's been pretty busy in my own life, but I should be getting back to reviews starting now. But anyways, here is I believe the 2000 Slave 1, which had 165 pieces and only comes with Boba and Han Solo. Now, I'm going to show you the minifigures first, and then I'm going to get into the set, and then I'll show you the box. So here's Boba, and technically he's the only actual minifigure of the set, but I'll say the Han kind of is too. Now, he has no side printing on his arms or any leg printing of that, just torso printing, which is to be expected from a older figure. His headpiece is just one piece with a black head underneath. Um, but the headpiece does have some really cool printing. The only thing though is I don't know if it's just mine or if they were all of them, but the brown rectangle or brown printing around his eye is a little off center, but it's not a huge deal. His printing on his chest is really simple, but looks really good. Um, and he obviously comes with a little blaster, which I think a little stud at the end of this would have looked a little better, but it is what it is. I do think he looks really cool. I've always liked the classic look for Boba and Jango, or at least the old bounty hunter look. So I really do like how he looks, and that was part of the biggest reason I even got this set was just to get Boba, or the original Boba, because this year it's been pretty easy to get a hold of the new version. So having the old version is really nice, and he just looks really cool. There's not a whole lot to particularly add to this guy, but he just looks really sick in his simplicity. So there's Boba. And here's Han, frozen in carbonite. Now, I know that he's not really an actual minifigure, but I figure why not? He's just a tall 1x2 wall piece that's black with a printing on the front, so nothing on the sides or the back, but the printing on the front looks really nice. If a little squished, but that's okay. The top of him comes with a little control panel to have on there. Now, I mean, to be honest, I think it would have been better if he had a piece to be able to hold on to, but it's okay. That probably would have gotten in the way with the play feature, which I'll show you later. But it does look really nice. It comes in this metallic gunmetal print, which looks really good. This is not a sticker, thankfully. And it just looks really nice. This was another piece I really wanted, which was why I got the set, because the original Lego Star Wars 2 game, this piece was used to represent Carbonite Han, so it's cool to have that. And it just looks pretty nice. Now, there isn't a whole lot else to add because it really is just a brick with printing on it, but yeah, there's Han and Carbonite. Now onto the set itself, which is Boba's Slave 1, which is mostly used. They mostly used gray, brown, and green with a little bit of black pieces on this. It's not very large, as you can see by my hand. It's not huge by any means, but it looks simple. It's very simple, and it looks a lot better than I thought it would once I had it built. It looks pretty cool. Admittedly, though, it is a little blocky, but that's to be expected from old Star Wars sets, because they didn't have as many rounded pieces as they do today. So there's the side view of it. Here's the walkway, which features one of the few play features of the set, which you can actually open this up, and you can slide Han Solo up in there, and then close it up and keep him in there. Which is pretty cool, because that means you can actually put both minifigures into the set, because the top does open, and here's the cockpit, which looks alright. I don't know why there's the red there. I assume that's just a seat, but you can fit Boba, or one minifigure, Boba in this case, into the cockpit, which I'll show you. And he just attaches on this black stud. You can sit him in there, and then this closes up. And there you have it, with both of them in there. Now, the other play feature is seen right here is that the wings actually align with the ship, depending on where you tilt it, which is pretty nice, and that looks pretty cool. And while I have him up like this, here's the back, which admittedly doesn't look very very good, honestly. I really don't like how the back came out at all. It just does not look good at all. They tried, though. They tried with these little pieces to be thrusters, but it just doesn't look good at all, being totally honest. So the only other play feature really that I can comment on is that these little guns at the front can like move 360, which is pretty cool. It doesn't actually fire anything, but it looks pretty cool. So yeah, there's the Slave 1. It's pretty simple, pretty basic. I mean, it only is 165 pieces, but it is what it is. I really do like it, don't get me wrong. I really like it a lot. I'm probably never going to take this apart, but if I had to point out any like actual complaints I had with this, it'd be I don't like how they used white right there because it sticks out super hard. I wish they would have just used a gray color like this or a gray like this, so it would have matched with it. I also don't like how they used these on these 2x4 plates, dark gray plates on the top. I feel like they should have used at least green or the lighter gray, because so it doesn't stick out as much. And that's really kind of my only... Oh yeah, and for whatever reason they used blue here, when I think they should have used black, because it does stick out. So really, a lot of my complaints are just weird color decisions that they decided to go with on this. But overall, though, I really do like it. I like how, I don't know, there's charm to the blockiness in it. I really like older Lego sets for, like, the charmy blockiness to it. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. That's really all there is to this. It's not too complex. Again, it's just a simple set, this is the smallest Slave 1 that we've ever gotten, so it is pretty cool to see what they did with the limited amount of pieces they had at the price point. And since it was a cheap way to get Boba and Carbonite Han and basically the Slave 1, it is really neat to see how the old one looks, and I really do like it a lot, aside from the minor nitpicks I had. So now I'll show you the box real quick, and then I'll get to the final verdict. So this will be fun. I don't have a tripod right now, so I'll have to like move the box around like this to show you everything, but that's okay. On the bottom it shows Boba carrying or pushing Han, which, again, I point out that I wish they would have came with a piece so that he could actually hold on to it. But that's really... you have plenty of those. I have plenty of those. I can just slap that on there. 165 pieces, 7 to 12. Slave 1. The rest of the box is mostly just the Slave 1 flying through Bespin. There's Cloud City in the back, and there's the old, really nice looking, really cool looking Star Wars logo for the set. There's the side of the box, which features a little bit of a scene going on of him pushing it, standing with it, and then pushing it into the Slave 1. And on the other side, we just get him in the cockpit, him standing with it. Warnings. Bottom is just a bunch of mumbo jumbo. Same for the top. You get a better look at that really cool classic Star Wars logo, which I really like a lot. I don't know, just really neat looking. They also had this for the prequels, which not prequels, but for episode 1. So they had a variation for episode 1 and a variation for episode, well, not episode, but for episode 4, 5, and 6, which is cool. And then on the back, we get basically Boba with the building of the ship, I guess. And then it shows the play feature, or at least the turning of the wings right there. And then we get 3 alternate builds, which actually are very neat to look at. This looks like a class. This one's kind of because it looks like the old like spaceships they had back then. But it's neat. But these two, I actually really like these two. This reminds me of like Jabba's palace, I guess, like where they display Han in Episode 6. So that's cool. And this is actually very, very, very neat. I like this. This is I'm assuming this is probably Boba's headquarters. Oh no, actually, I'm dumb. I just noticed that there's actually a play feature in that where you can raise and lower Han. I guess this is supposed to be Cloud City itself when they actually pull Han out of the freezing chamber. That's cool. I like that. If I ever did take it apart, I would try to build that because that is really cool. I might do that eventually because you can build these with the parts they have. See, that's something I always liked about the old sets is they had these alternate builds for them, which sometimes they had really cool ideas. Like that's a cool idea. I will do my best to build that if I can. So, well, there's that. That's basically all there is to the box. So now on to the final verdict. So here is the set in its entirety with the box and all the figures and the set itself. Now, usually with these older sets, I don't usually get the box. So I was really happy to not only get the box, but in such great condition. It also comes with instructions, which really, they're just instructions. But the fact that I got all of this for, I think, like 20 bucks, I was pretty lucky in that regard. But, really, this is a cool set. I really like it. And it's pretty cheap and easy, surprisingly easy to get a hold of, actually. I was really surprised with how many they had for how cheap it was. So, I really do like this set. And it has a lot of charm for its, like, 90s, early 2000s blockiness. And I think it looks really sick when you have it on your shelf. It does come with a ton of really nice pieces to have, like these green slanted pieces. A lot of green, brown, black, and gray comes in this set. So that's really nice. And you also, in the cockpit, the thing holding, or at least two of the pieces are translucent orange pieces, which is weird that they gave that to us, but I mean, I'll take it. They're nice pieces. So it does have a lot of really cool pieces. It comes with two really cool, at least one really cool minifigure and a really cool printed piece. And it just looks really, really nice. At least I think it looks really nice. Some people might get turned off by the very blocky look of it because it's not very smooth, like a lot of people might want. But, I mean, for the time it was released, I think it looks really nice. Now, my only real complaints with it are the weird coloration differences. Like, I really think they should have used brown here, and they shouldn't have used white there, and blue. I don't know. Just a lot of really weird color decisions were made for this. And the only other one that I forgot to mention when reviewing the set was sometimes when you put Han in here, which I'll do right now, like, he comes out sometimes, and then sometimes it can be kind of, like right now, it can be a little tricky to get him out, because he gets kind of stuck up in there because it is the perfect size for him. So sometimes he'll get wedged in there, which isn't a big deal, but it is what it is. Now, overall, I really do like this set, and if you can find it, and you probably still can, when I got this, I found a bunch for around $20, $30, which is definitely a good price for this set. It looks really, really nice. It looks cool. It comes with the classic Boba, which looks awesome, and it's always great to have him. And it comes with the classic printed Han piece, which is really cool. And it comes with the Slave One, obviously. So overall, I really do like this set, and if you can find it, I would recommend you get a hold of it. If not just for the pieces, but for the minifigures and the very nice, classic-looking build it has going on for it. And that's basically all there is for this. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, comment, like if you can. It's deeply appreciated. And I'll be back. Luna Brick is out.